Welcome to the number one friendship podcast in the country. I'm Matt Ritter.
I'm Aaron Cairo.
Guys, go to audible.com/the buddy system and get our number one in new releases. What are we? Number one in friendship? I think we're number one. We've been going neck and neck with Penn Badgley and James Corden.
If you take a small enough screenshot, we could be number one in whatever you.
That's right. That's right. How do you feel about us being neck and neck with Corden and Badgley?
What's James Corden's audio original?
Something about him and his friend who he writes with sometimes. Some sort of love letter to their friendship.
Lame.
Ours isn't a love letter to friendship. Ours is real. We rip on each other. We laugh. We give you self-help on how to make friends if you're starting from absolute zero, total effing strangers. That's the name of one of the chapters. To you disconnected with your lifelong friends, and how do you recapture that, or how do you make new dad friends? A bunch of stuff.
Audible.com/the buddy system. If you're a podcast fan, check it out. We would appreciate it.
So, Kara, I was feeling guilty the other day. Segue alert, because we threw the launch party here, and I always have this overwhelming fear that I left somebody off the list. I think it stems all the way back from childhood, from when some of us got left off the list at a certain high school party. We were on the back of the list. And
is this the famous story that I don't?
Yeah. Somebody in our high school said, "Oh, you guys were on the back of the list." Like it was literally it was a piece of paper, and there were 46 names on it, and 47 and 48. All you had to do was turn over the piece of white lined paper, and there our names would have been.
Was I there for that?
I think you were at the party. I think you got the look. I think you were number 40 or 38.
Yeah, we were number one in your heart, number 47 on the guest list.
So I think so. I wanted to talk about FOMO as a topic in friendship, because I was thinking, oh man, if there's anybody that I accidentally left off the list, I try to be super over inclusive, but if there's anybody I left off the list, I feel bad because I'm posting about it on social. And it got me thinking about all the times that people get all these feelings from seeing friends do stuff on social. Like we all have FOMO for certain things in life, but when it comes to friendship, I think it's like, oh, you see people getting together, or you just hear about it afterwards, and it's not a good feeling. So I wanted to talk about that because I feel like we do get a lot of listener questions. It's something that comes up a lot. Like, how do I get invited to things? How do I break into a circle? And it all usually ends up being like, I saw they did this thing and I wasn't at it.
Before we get into that, can I make a comment, which I've made the past couple of weeks, which is that I don't like the fact that you're wearing an LA Dodgers hat.
I'm getting a lot of heat on this from our East Coasters because, look, I am a Mets fan. I don't know.
Born and raised, dyed in the wool.
Yeah, I know. I'll say this to our listeners, and let's see if anyone smears me. I've got two boys, and I have my son sing "Let's Go Knicks" already. But it's a Dodger town, it's a Laker town. I'm not averse to going to the games. I enjoy going to the games.
Sure.
And when I'm at the games, I'm rooting for the teams. I think as you get older, you're allowed to adopt a second team insofar as it's not in direct competition. Like it's not a rival of your team. That's my hot take.
So I don't disagree with anything you just said. Doesn't absolve wearing of the hat.
So you can do it. You just can't wear the merch.
I find it offensive. Like you're a Mets fan.
That's the line cross. That's the line cross.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can go to, of course, I've been to a million Dodgers games. And we should say we're recording this a few weeks after they won the World Series, which is, great, but like, you're not a Dodgers fan. You're from New York. Your kids are going to get confused, and it's offensive.
The kids are going to wear Dodger stuff, and I want us to be matching. I want us to.
But they're going to grow up to be Dodgers fans because their friends are going to be Dodgers fans,
and they may sway me all the way around on it.
I'm sorry, what?
Who knows? I'm open to the possibility.
Wow.
Listen, my number one is the Knicks. I'm never going to give up the Knicks.
Okay, so that I could sort of say, listen, I'm a Mets fan. They're not my, but you're a pretty huge Mets fan, though.
Yes, but yeah, honestly, I just like the Dodgers logo.
I'll give you that. You know what? I understand that. It is cool. We live in LA. Fair
It
enough.
is
You could do the
cool. Did
hand
you
thing.
did you see the Larchmont merch that's completely like IP theft of
Oh, it has LA
L-
and then Larchmont.
Larchmont? It's amazing. It's a great story. So these two girls, I met them in Larchmont, and I immediately bought it because I thought it was great. And they're like, "Oh, do you know the story?" I'm like, "No, I thought it would be like some lighthearted, fun story." Turns out their dad had made it, and then he recently passed. I think he
Mm.
had cancer, but he was like a big Larchmont supporter, and so and now everybody in the neighborhood's wearing it, which is great. But it's completely like if the Dodgers wanted to, they could take down that company in 1 second.
I was gonna say, you think their IP lawyers care that their father passed away? No.
No, no, no. They're not making enough to even be on the Dodgers radar. So sorry I mentioned that at all.
So back to the topic of hand. By the way, you know what I did last night? I looked up the origin of the word FOMO.
Ooh, okay. Well, let's back up. Can I guess how old
Yes,
it is? Do you know the
yes,
date? Okay.
I do.
I'm gonna guess 1991.
You're way too far back.
So it's more recent because I was definitely thinking it's new. I knew it was new because I remember growing up and nobody ever said FOMO.
Never.
Wow. Isn't it amazing that it's so common for every generation? It's not even like just young people use, everybody uses FOMO. 2008.
2004.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What?
And it was a Harvard Business School student writing in the Harvard Business School paper, newspaper. And MBA students, it's very, there's clubs and there's this and there's that. So that's actually a pretty big thing for them. And he made up a word.
Wow.
He also coined FOBO, fear of better offer, which didn't catch on. And
Oh, fear of better offer. Fear of
yeah,
better
it's
offer.
not
What
as
is it?
good. I guess if you're taking a job offer at Goldman, you're concerned because you could get another one at Morgan that's better.
Opportunity cost is already out there, but yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue anyway. So FOBO and FOMO. So 2004 in a school newspaper.
I I don't know. I feel have we gotten people around on Lumos?
Once people continue to listen to our audio original where we talk about Lumos level up moments,
That could be the one we put into the vernacular.
Lumos. I'm trying to think what else we have coined. We have some good stuff. Um, but what was I just going to say? What was interesting about your preamble about having the party and someone seeing it on social media that you didn't invite. So you're actually talking about causing FOMO in somebody else.
Yes. I feel guilt if I cause FOMO.
Yeah. Okay. I've never even. I guess I. I guess. I guess I thought of that. Just an interesting way of coming about it that you were not the FOMO
Yeah.
FOME. You were the FOMer.
I had two of these kind of things where I don't want to. It's like, how old am I that I still am so concerned with everybody else's feelings and opinions? It's so
Dude, if
hard.
more people were concerned about this, we wouldn't have a fucking podcast because
I
people are
know, but
assholes.
I just this is something that I've wanted to work on the other way. It's like,
What do you mean that you want to care less?
yeah, I should not be that concerned that like I had a party where I invited, where we had 100 plus people and somehow somebody got, it's like, then just ask me or whatever. I don't know what to do.
You think the bigger the party, the bigger the FOMO, or the smaller the party, the bigger the FOMO?
Ooh, I think there's a range. I think there's FOMO if it's a really big party and if it's an intimate thing, like 8 people or less, where you
Yeah.
think you're in a ring. I don't think there's that much FOMO if it's like 15.
Yeah. I think that, if you're the person experiencing FOMO, I think a lot of it is rooted in your um, comfort level with your friend group. Because we have had many situations, maybe in our group of four where we see two or three people doing whatever. And I think we know at this point it's because there either wasn't enough tickets or you weren't around. No one's doing it to like screw you.
And I want,
Incidental FOMO.
yeah, and I want to say, I think somebody asked us what to do one time where they had 3 great tickets and they had a fourth friend who wanted to go, and we're like, you could just sell those and get four. Sometimes in life there just aren't enough tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, we're gonna talk a little bit about our listener question, but what I'm more saying is that like FOMO is almost like there's two types of FOMO. There's FOMO of like, oh man, that looks so fun, and there's FOMO of like WTF, like why wasn't
Right.
I invited?
Or that's the one I want to talk about. Of like, why wasn't I invited? Because yes, we all experience FOMO when something awesome and you didn't get to go to it.
Isn't that a chapter in the buddy system? Why
Did we
wasn't
do
I
it?
invited?
Might be or
I
subsection.
blacked, yeah,
I
I
blacked
blacked
it
out the
out. I
chapters.
blacked it out. It was
Yeah, yeah,
that audio room where I was doing the humming for my throat, drinking a lot of honey. Uh, the why wasn't I invited? I agree. There's a certain element that is potentially a communication problem, right? Or feeling like you're not safe enough to just go, hey, what are you up to this weekend and be transparent with all your friends. But do you think you can be all the time?
well, it depends what you're doing. I mean, like sometimes you don't want to have a 10-person dinner and go with all the Michigas.
Right. Right. Sometimes you just want to have certain people. I think you're entitled to see whoever you want whenever you want to the exclusion of other people. I mean, I think you are allowed to choose when and how many friends you see on any occasion. That doesn't mean it's not going to potentially hurt other people's feelings, right? If
Well,
somebody else has an 8-person dinner party and you're their ninth and 10th friends, yeah, you might feel a certain way about that. Now, does that mean something? That's the question. Does that actually mean anything to a friendship? Or is that just something that we all just need to get over a little bit and just accept that if you feel good about the friendship and you do see each other regularly and consistently and you feel you're in a good place and you feel you have good communication, maybe it's okay to just accept that you're not going to be spending every weekend or you're not always going to be invited to every single thing they do. I think that's hard when friend groups evolve.
yeah, I think we also said that if you're making plans and you're excluding someone and not using it pejoratively, you're just doing a
Yeah,
smaller thing, just make other plans with the other person for another time.
right. I love that tip. I love that tip. I totally. I told you I use that for when I miss things. If I miss
Yeah.
somebody's birthday, I already put the plans on the books. Like, okay, but I'm going to take you out, and I find that I end up having a better time than if I said hi for 5 minutes at their party. But let's go back to the what is happening because it may very well be that you are being excluded, right? I mean, it could be that it's just hey, they want to choose these people, but it could be that they don't want you there.
Okay, so now you're talking about like bad phone, like you're being
Right. I'm saying,
you're
but
being
it is
out.
important. It is important to be able to know where you stand with your friends. So how do
Yeah.
you do that in a way that doesn't feel like you're the naggy, annoying person that thinks they're entitled to get invited to your house anytime you have people over? So that's my question because I think that's the tricky part.
So you're witnessing your friends do something without you, and you're trying to determine is this a good natured thing or is this like are they trying to like kick me out of the group?
Right.
Well, I would say first of all, how often is this happening?
Right.
Second of all, what's the context? Is it a Knicks game and they didn't invite Matt? Well, that's pretty bad. Versus they went to do something random.
Right.
Was it done surreptitiously?
Right.
Is it happening frequently?
Right.
Um, how are the other friends acting about it?
Right.
Because another thing we could talk about, Matt, is if you're being invited and you notice another person's being excluded, do you say something to the main person? What about
Right. Because that's a good one too. Because then sometimes you do notice something's up.
what do you mean?
Well, like if you see somebody who might even be closer, you think they're even closer than you are to that person, and then you go somewhere and you're like, wait, where's so and so and so and so? And they're not away. You're like, oh, is something going on there? That's the stuff where like friendship group dynamics get a little confusing and messy.
This is so tangential, but I thought of it this morning. You just reminded me of it. Like a couple years ago, I got invited to a wedding of someone I barely knew. And I was just like, why? What was your thought process here? And I just never even responded, I think, yay or nay, because I was like, it's so outlandish that I can't even, I feel silly even responding to this. I don't know why I just thought of that. Is that insane?
That's pretty funny. You got a hard
Um,
copy email, or was it an email? Oh, you got a hard copy invite?
hard copy.
Wow.
Now
As
that
I
I'm
say,
thinking about it,
sometimes it's just for the gift, but
I
that
know.
wouldn't
It's
be in
like
your case. Not in your
I,
case.
I was like, I'm not falling into you invited the wrong rando.
Yeah. You can check me off the honeypot list or whatever it's called. Honeypot? What's it? Not a honeypot. What's it called?
No,
Honey fund. Honey fund. I confused hiring an escort to trap somebody with the
you're
honey
thinking of a
fund.
honey trap.
Right. Honey fund is what I'm thinking of.
Should we take a listener question?
Yes.
We'll be right back. Okay, guys, this is asking for a friend. If you have a friendship question or ethical dilemma, send it to us on Instagram, Man of the Year Podcast, and we'll answer it on the show. By the way, Matt, my sister pointed out that we always say, hey, should we take a listener question? And then we go to commercial. And she's like, it's such a tease. And I'm like, I don't know. That's just how we do it, Karen.
Well, that's because we have to insert the ads. It's just how it is.
No. But
No, how else would we know? That's the smart. Sorry, Karen. That's the smartest thing two Ivy League guys could come up with as a cue.
right. It's more for us than for anybody else.
Totally.
Yeah.
Should we come up with
Okay.
a better cue that doesn't jam that up?
Yeah, please, Karen, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay. So this question comes from Eric. Actually, I want to read the second part first because he said some nice things. Side note, your podcast has greatly improved my friendships. So much so that even my wife noticed without realizing it was from a podcast, which I had never told her about. I've been listening to the buddy system on my commute and love it so far.
Amazing. Love
Pretty
that.
good. So his question, we actually talked about this about 2 years ago, but we haven't talked about it in a minute. So I thought it would be a good refresher. I would like to submit a question for asking for a friend. I've been so inspired by your podcast that my childhood friends and I are starting an annual guys trip tradition, meeting in Vegas to run a half marathon together.
Ooh.
Okay. First of all, it's a combination of me and you, Matt.
Do it on the first day.
However, one of our friends historically doesn't attend big trips and weddings, et cetera, due to finances. I would be so happy to pay for his flight or ask the guys if they all wanted to chip in to pay for his trip as a gift, but I don't want to accidentally insult this friend or make him uncomfortable. Do you have any advice on how to handle this delicate situation?
So the pros and cons are accidentally offending or getting him there. The main thing is getting him there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so he's going to have to, on some level, get over that if he's going to go. So you better just communicating that sooner rather than later. I think you're better communicating that one-on-one, but also make it a fait accompli that we've already taken care of it.
So a fait accompli, but also you reframe it, right? Dude, we need you.
We need you.
Yeah.
We need you. We're not like, we can't do this without you.
Yeah.
We can't do this without you. Let's not make it a thing. You're already sorted. We're getting you the ticket. Just say yes.
Yeah. It's not even just say yes. You're coming. We need you. It's not the same without you.
Yeah.
You're part of the group.
Just give me your birthday so I can book the flight.
Oh God. I forgot to tell you this. When I went to Vegas or whatever a couple weeks ago, it's still when you put my birthday wrong from when we went to Sundance. Remember you put my birthday wrong and TSA stopped me. It was still in this, one airline. And so again, the guy's like, the year of your birth is wrong. All the way back. So it was so annoying. I was so mad.
It keeps on giving. Oh, that's so good. Oh, man, that is so me. That's amazing. I continually screw you on this. Wait, so what do you have to do? What airline? You have to go in and you have to call
whatever we flew, if it was JetBlue or Spirit or whatever, I don't know.
Oh no.
So
I put in the wrong year. I put it 81 or something.
I don't know what you did. It was just I'm actually like, I don't even know why I brought it up because now I'm furious. Thank God it was pretty empty, but like furious. I hate you. So I thought also we should take a moment to like give Eric props of like, this was like the right attitude, which is that we have, this guy brings other things to the table.
Yeah.
His finances are not in a different place. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Like we can help.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun.
And here's what I think about this issue that comes up a lot more than you'd think, Eric, we get this question, some variation of it every couple months. You're not doing this all the time. You
Right.
know, you're not paying, your friend is not on your tab, he's not your dependent. You're taking a once a year trip. Your buddy's in a tight situation. Now maybe maybe that's the way it'll be, forever, or maybe that's just the way it is now. I think you just look at it like this is the cost of doing business sometimes in friendship. The bigger cost would be him not being there.
I think I told this story years ago, but the guy from our high school we don't talk to anymore, Seth.
Yeah.
He was very cheap, and we went to Montreal for the millennium for the year
Mm,
2000.
mm.
He would always say no to everything. So we told him, we just lied to him. Oh, we got a great deal. It's only going to be like $200 a person. And once we crossed the border, we're like, it's $400 a person.
Oh, that's amazing. You
I mean,
stuck.
yeah, he was stuck. He was stuck across the border. I think that it's all about keeping it positive. Like, I don't even think you dwell on you're having a tough time. It's
Yeah.
like, we need you. It's not going to be fun without you. I would say, listen, Jim, I'm doing this selfishly because it's not going to
Right.
be fun without you.
Right.
And
Money is
so,
not the only contribution. Again, a lot
right,
of friends just see it through that prism. And a lot of people at both ends, the people who don't have the money are like, well, what can I do? This person's paying for me. I can't pay him back. It's like your presence is your contribution. That's how you're paying them back. You all
so,
being there makes it all worth it.
so when the other guys, Eric and the sort of, let's call it the liquid friends, you think they should have a side chat and be like, okay, how do you want to do this? You want to divide it
Yeah.
up? I'm happy to take the flight.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they should have their own side channel and one person just presents it like, hey, man, I got it. I got it all
Yeah.
sorted.
Yeah. 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 And
And like,
then,
okay,
yeah,
look, I do believe you, when you're in that situation, you're gonna be living with some insecurities. When you're the one who's, taking it, and that's life. We all live with insecurities. We all have things. We all have chips on our shoulder. But the point is to be with your friends. That's the bigger thing.
what do you think about going to Vegas for a half marathon, just generally?
Well, that's why I said do the first day. That's so funny to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
It does seem like there's a lot of people that do that, right? They go to some like really hard party place and do a physical thing too. Like there's
what?
definitely like I feel like there are people who do that where they go to like some, so they combine like the physical challenge with partying, which is crazy to me.
Oh, I'm Googling it. Oh, you'd love this. It's called a rock and roll.
Oh, Emily, my sister-in-law did that.
Yeah. So it's known as the world's largest running party. Shit, I want to do
So, but
this.
but Emily did it in. Oh, so does it move? Because she did it in Phoenix, I want to say.
I'm sure they have it all over the place.
Yeah,
Um,
rock and roll marathon. Yeah,
okay. I can't, yeah. Okay. Well, that's a great guys trip
we all
idea.
went. We all went to cheer on in Phoenix, I want to say, like 15 years ago.
Oh, Phoenix, rough place to, I hope it was in the winter.
Right. It must have. It must have been.
I made those friends at the gym in my building, and they moved to Phoenix, and they have a big, like, I don't know, those dogs that look like polar bears, like a big white husky.
Uh huh.
They're so worried that he won't be able to walk on the sidewalk because it's 115 degrees.
Right. Imagine being an animal that's like from the Arctic,
Yeah,
just completely misclimatized.
it's ridiculous. Do we answer this question?
I think so. Can we get back after this? Can we get back to some more practical overall stuff about the FOMO though?
Yes. Eric, thank you for writing in. Please let us know how it goes. And guys, if you have a friendship question, send it to us on Instagram at Man of the Year Podcast. Matt, I think I interrupted your last question about actually I don't remember what it was. It was FOMO related.
Well, I think it was like, how do I know if I'm not, actually being excluded or not?
Oh, yes. I think I was giving some examples. I think you were also saying, what do I do if you're feeling left out?
Yeah.
Um, that is admittedly a tough conversation to say to a buddy, like, how come you didn't invite me? Or why wasn't I there? Or so I'm actually not 100% sure. I would potentially maybe not ask the main invitee. I might ask one of the other people what's going on, or what was the status? I don't know. I'm not sure what to do if you feel like you're being excluded.
Well, let's back up. I think you said something very important. You're not looking at the one off, you're looking for the pattern, right? You
Okay.
basically
Yeah.
just said that. Because everybody gets left off of an invite or a group text or a, whatever. It's like if it keeps happening, it's the same crew, same hangouts, and you're just finding out from Instagram. Yeah, that's something worth looking into, right? Also, that's emotional, right? Like, let's look at the evidence, right? Like sometimes we just get emotional about stuff, and it's not intentional. There's not actually facts to support it. So why don't we look for facts to support that you have a strong friendship? You know me, I'm always trying to look at it from the positive, and so it's like, why don't we look at it from the viewpoint of like, no, these are my good friends. I'm sure they didn't, and let's find evidence to support that first.
It's give them the benefit of the doubt, basically.
Right. Right. And we always say like most people just aren't thinking about you. They're busy. You're not unwanted, right? So, reach out to somebody, right? Like, and don't frame it as an accusation, right?
Well, I had this big fight with my buddy Chi. It was so random because this is 15 years ago, 10 years ago. His wife was throwing him a surprise party in LA,
Right.
and she thought I was out of town, so she didn't invite me.
Right.
And I'm friends with the wife too. And I was like, well, why don't you? But you didn't even ask. Like, someone else told her I was out of town.
Right.
And then I got mad at him, and he's like, dude, it was a surprise party. I didn't know that
How
you
would he
weren't
know?
invited.
Right. Right. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah,
How
yeah.
would he know? But I think too, it's like, I have a great tip that I would just suggest is, one good way to not get excluded from things is to be the plan maker,
Be the
be
friend.
the host, be the friend. But I'm saying plan an event, you know, like not just for that you don't get it left off of that, but then kind of recirculates you in people's minds. Sometimes, I don't know. Does that make sense? Sometimes you need to recirculate yourself into people's minds.
Do you remember the question we had a few episodes ago where the guy was trying to break into the other existing friend
Yeah,
group?
of course. The hardest thing to do.
But we basically said, why would they? Why would they invite you? Like,
Right.
like, what are you doing that you're making yourself invitable?
Right.
And that's what you're saying here, Matt. Like, you invite. It's not a quid pro quo, but
Right.
it's like you're on top of mind. You're known as a fun person. You do fun stuff. Like, I'm sure you're going to get invited to 15% more parties after the party that you just threw.
Yep.
Not saying you have to throw parties, but like, yeah, you got to be the friend. If you're just waiting
Yep.
for an invitation all the time.
Yep. And I also think it's the way you phrase it after too. If you do want to, I don't know, I don't confront. I don't like unnecessary confrontations, but I do think if you want to address, let's just say, I think it's like, oh, that looks so fun. Love to see you guys. Like, I think that basically says it in a way that's not aggressive, don't you?
Yeah, you can even be more like passive and cut the second sentence, like, I love whiskey or something like that, or
Right,
imply.
right. But I think saying that like you want to be part of that group is important too.
Oh, well, I mean, if it's your core group and you think something untoward is happening, that's one thing.
Yeah,
If it's a secondary group and you're like, dude, I love the Dodgers, I'd love
right.
to come, and I think it's fine.
Yeah,
If you think something bad is happening,
yeah,
a little passive aggressive, a little heart tap on the picture, a little exclamation point on the
yeah,
picture.
yeah. I think the key is right. Like you're not trying to call somebody out. You're saying I value this friendship, right? So I think that's just in terms of mental reframe of what you're doing about this is like you're just letting people know you value them, right? And you want to feel valued in return. But like you said, it's like okay, so plan something, or also, you know, is it that you want to be invited to that thing, or are there certain people that you actually feel more connected to? And if that's the case, just do something with that person.
Yeah, the quickest way to counteract FOMO was to start your own thing and don't invite that person. FOMO
start
versus FOMO.
start an exclusionary war.
Yeah, exactly. Just start excluding everybody till nobody likes either of you.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, so look, it's very natural. It happens to all of us. Social media amplifies it. It makes you think everybody's hanging out without you. Like, my wife didn't even leave the house because we're having some health stuff. We still put on an outfit for Halloween and like took a picture as a family, you know? So like people could be like, "Oh, I thought you said you weren't going out."
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you don't
Yeah.
like not everything is what it seems always.
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, obviously.
No, but I'm just saying, like, my point is, like, oh, you think something is, like, you're, let's just not assume people are, like, always doing stuff intentionally without you.
Listen, I call it JOMO, joy of missing out. Have fun, as that's what I say.
Jomo.
Yeah,
Jomo.
yeah.
Is that a known
Have
thing
a,
or is that a Caroism?
well, I think Fireball Adam popularized it in our group, but I don't doubt he made it up.
It's a good one.
I always say, have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Caro's line. Have fun. Like, you want to come to this kid's birthday party? Have fun.
All right, guys, let us know if you have any experiences with FOMO or JOMO or FOBO. And make
Yeah,
sure to check
FOBO.
out.
Stop trying to make FOBO happen, Harvard.
Stop trying to make. It's only been 25 years. Check out our Audible original at audible.com/thebuddy system. And always remember, be good to yourself, be good to your friends. Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.